Alright. Okay, yeah. Too bad. Back we are. Needed to start over. Okay, there we go. Nice. Hello, it is Thursday. Yeah, okay. Internet reconnect, and I came to back. I couldn't just use the older stream. I needed to start streaming again. Anyways, I'm so sorry, Michael. I'm 60 minutes late, right? Because I am lazy. I proved again that I'm lazy. Okay, but I'm actually kinda, well, I'm not glad that there was a reconnect. This was the reconnect which happens once a month. I was in fear for a second that actually I had a completely no internet time again. That would have been amazingly stupid. But it is not good. That is good. So now I wasn't very active and I still haven't forgiven you, my boy. Just saying. Chat before and I probably won't be since I'm tired, but I finished Morrowind and at least the base game. By the way, again, I figured that you either are indeed tired or that you are having something important to do. But cool, you finished Morrowind. The base game. Did you? Wait, I first of all gonna need to check. Sorry if I seem distracted. Am I? Okay, I'm still alive. Okay. How many DLCs are there, by the way? And I hope you had a good time with Morrowind. It has two story ones. Alright. Yes, I think I'm currently writing a review. Oh, cool. I would be looking forward. That's actually kind of cool, since I somehow am kinda currently into a... Since I'm playing Warcraft Remastered, and I'm gonna go into StarCraft Remastered at 1.2. I was thinking about playing the one remaster from in the series, and Morrowind would be something on my table too. So then, I know what you think about it already. Now I'm bugged. Second of the day, yes, reconnect. I had a reconnect. Morrowind, what? Oblivion, Skyrim, Oblivion, right? It's night in India. Yeah, it's after 12, yes. I still have a couple of hours until it is that late here, luckily. Oh, okay, I gotta resurrect, man. That was a bit stupid. I'm gonna try Soul Games too. Yeah, if it's for you relatively cheap available or you have a subscription based, try it out. It's sometimes it can be quite challenging, right? When Elden Ring was released back in the day, I bought it and I did, after 1.5 hours or after just 6 minutes, I aborted because it was too hard, and I just as a cautious thing, advice, not that you waste any hard-earned money and then after a few minutes don't like it. It's really, really challenging. Oh boy, what did I... Yep. It's very, very good to, like, well, I mean, you can argue there are certain... that certain greed is not good, but yes, in general, liking money is not bad. And by the way, Elden Ring and stuff, very, very cryptic storytelling. That's one thing maybe to say too. Bloodborne seems a good game. Yeah, I really, really think so. I bought it back in the PS4 when it was released. I have it in my... played it for like 1.5 hours and aborted it. I really, really should revisit it now that I have some experience with Souls-likes. Yes, I am... It is, what I hear, a very, very good game. Arco's sugar candy, sugar daddies, man, and Zampu Temple, sustaining Oka's blessing, boost attack power for a time, bite the candy and take the Ako stance to impart its inhuman benediction. The spirits embody excess karma. One must bite down hard on the candy and endure what has been brought to pass. I wanna know the taste of the candy. Saw Bloodborne gameplay on shots a while ago. That might be. And I do like the visual arts. You watch anime? No. I've seen some bits and pieces, and I still wanna watch stuff like Avatar. But I haven't come to it, no. Attack on Titan, by the way, is something I wanted to look to. But, yeah. Not have gone to it. I've heard that Berserk is supposed to be quite good. You recommend Attack on Titan? Okay, that's okay. I'm just gonna I think there's a streaming portal, right? Crunchyroll, I think it's called, right? Maybe I should just for a month actually give it a try and take a look at a couple of episodes of one certain One Piece too, but as One Piece fan, it's actually too long. I've just seen on Netflix One Piece, the season 1, the real life. Yep, I've read too. It's quite long. Angus Sugar that I think no, that's the third one picked up. The life run is kind of okay. I didn't have the comparison to. I maybe would have a different opinion if I would have seen the anime before. But I kind of went into it with not knowing anything about the anime, so don't judge me. What was I doing? Completely forgot about dodging. Then we tried again. Already 30 hours in Red Dead Redemption 2. Crazy game on chapter 4. Good. I'm glad that you enjoyed. But since maybe if I've forgotten that, then I'm sorry. Maybe you would be enjoying GTA Grand Theft Auto 5 too. I know it's obviously a bit different, but I really had a good time with GTA 5. Since a new part is gonna be released next year, hopefully. But finished the offense as accepted before. Ah, okay, cool. Then you already had the experience. Don't forget what I've said. What I actually wanna revisit is, I have such a list, man. Red Dead Redemption 1 I have not played yet. That's still on my list. GTA is crazy. GTA is crazy, but I choose Red Dead Redemption 3 over GTA for graphics. So good. If it comes out, yeah. Let's hope that Rockstar is gonna do something about that after GTA 6, but it's such a cash cow for them, right? GTA. It's so insane how much money they earned with the multiplayer of GTA 5, which I only played a bit with a couple of friends, which was quite amazing. Imagine if GTA turns out like Cyberpunk. I guess you mean the Cyberpunk start, right? I think many people would be... I think Rockstar would be in real physical trouble. Either with people protesting in front of their headquarters. I think it has such a huge fan base. It could be quite dangerous for the employees. I don't think they're gonna mess it up, man. Yeah, they will be. I mean, on the they will be cooked. Not only by the fans being really angry with them. On the other hand, how much the development costs are insanely high. Supposed to be insanely high. Estimate is 2 billion. Holy boy, man. Like if they will even yeah, I mean, what are the what's the income of the of GTA 5? It is insanely high what they've earned with GTA 5, right? It is the second best-selling video game of all time with 215 million copies shipped and one of the most financially successful entertainment products of all time with nearby 10 billion in worldwide revenue. 10 billion. But they have the development costs covered with the revenue from part 5. Part 1. That's what I expected. Oh god. I am... sometimes not good. Especially if I don't pay attention to the game. Okay, that took a bit. That took a few tries. Oh, I'm still not yet. Flame barrel. Iron barrel that spews fire can be fitted to the shinobi prosthetic to become a prosthetic tool. This is difficult to control. The range filled red eyes with the power of man alone. However, a fire-based weapon could be a means of resisting them. They are said to fear fire above all else. There's still some dudes up there. That powder we already have taken a look at. The pallet 2.
Those worthless bastards. Hello. You are a shinobi, if I'm not mistaken. Take the shinobi axe from the temple and split.
Thank you for tuning in, Heaven Chat. Goodbye and good luck with your lectures. Thank you for saying hello, buddy.
We burning this temple next, boss?
No, leave it. Go on to the next one.
But if there's any offerings, we could give them to Lord Juzo.
Enough! We don't take from Buddha. How many times do I have to tell you before it sinks into your thick skull?
Please, don't get angry at me, boss. I'm sorry my skull's so thick.
I don't mind taking from Buddha. Okay, axe of the monkey. A heavy black iron axe used by shinobi can be fitted to the shinobi prosthetic to become a working prosthetic tool. The bulburish axe is used. I'm sorry. Sorry, less for cutting and more for breaking things with its weight. Once a favorite weapon of the shinobi known as Bounding Monkey of the Sunken Valley, it was lost with his left arm. Okay, Kogan Sugar. Sugar candy made by shinobi hunters of Misen Temple. Sustaining Gorkan's blessing. Reduces posture damage taken for a time. Bite the candy and take the Gorkan's stance. Tell me the taste, man! To impart its human benediction. Misen monks are well versed in the art of killing shinobi, an undertaking that demands a body with an unshakable core. Yes, that is what we have. Okay, let me actually quickly change battery. Change the controller. There we are. Good. Shortcut enabled. That is the important part. Killed by chicken. Okay, one more thing I want to check. Part that I forgot to loot. Okay, I was thinking, I know that we can do the upgrades with the Thor items. We need to pick up the prayer thingies. Just thought that with the bar which is building up, which seems to be like somehow we are at level 4 or something, which we are obviously not. I thought that that would be something like a upgrade attribute thingy. The bluish bar. What the hell? How crazy are those? Fighting, oh boy. R1, the fighting chicken. Mm-hmm.
Hey, good sir. Are you a looter too? Good sir, you look like a shinobi, I think. Are you looking for something? Well, in any case, I found this place first. So, keep your eyes peeled out there, huh? And, don't let the door hit you on the... Oh, by the way, while I was on my way here, I saw a 3-story pagoda on top of some cliff. It was a fine pagoda. Really fine. I bet there's some kind of treasure kept in there. Gotta be. That's what I think, at least. Hey, good sir. Keep your eyes peeled out there. While I was on my way here, I saw a 3-story pagoda on top of some cliff. It was a fine pagoda. Really fine. I bet there's some kind... That's what I think, at least.
More than 7,000 characters. Have fun. So I finished. You're not gonna pass it all in YouTube chat, are you? I finished the main storyline, but it has 2 more story DLCs which I haven't played yet, and I don't really know where to start in this review. Morrowind is certainly cool, as I said many times before. Don't like Bethesda. And the Elder Scrolls, but I have to admit that Morrowind is a really good game and definitely my favorite of the series. I think to summarize Morrowind like this, but maybe that is for this. Okay, hi, nice. Maybe there was still an era where you enjoyed their games. 100% with clear conscience recommending playing Morrowind, but there needs to be some additional stuff. Warning said, we'll get to this later. And one other thing, before I get to the actual review, I will be comparing to Gothic a lot, since both games are not more RPGs. Don't you think, buddy, might it be neater? It might be a bit more better to, then you need to copy and paste it over to send it over Discord, by the way. Might be a little bit neater to read there.
Open up or else. I can hear you whispering in there. If you don't surrender peaceably now, you're gonna regret it later. Hey, can you hear me? Hey!
Nah, that was not the problem. The problem was not Discord. The problem was that I don't use Microsoft Office. Since I ain't crazy. But luckily you can convert them.
Who are you?
I'm not a thief.
You're the young lords. Oh, thank goodness. Honorable shinobi, those filthy bandits are after the young lord. They've already climbed the hill and set the estate on fire. It looked as if the young lord had no way to escape. I beg of you, shinobi, please rescue the young lord. I entrust this to you.
Alright, why? Buddy, you've gotta change your attitude, man. Only that doesn't mean that there's any sort of problem, that I'm the problem, whatever. Stop being so Gen X-ish, Gen Z-ish, man. Because it is apparent that the problem was you, not me. Okay, I'm gonna go through here and then I'm gonna go through the review, which is totally fine-ish. C.txt, perfect. A powerful antidote concocted by the Sunken Valley clan here settles abnormality poison and okay, that will be a bit later. Dangerous toxic power has a chance for anything on the that was the most.
Thank you.
That was the most offensive thing I've ever heard. You called me old. I'm not some 3-year-old grandpa. Hell yeah, you are aging as crazy fast as everyone else, man. In like 1 year, the newer generation will call you grandpa, buddy. Get used to it. Get used to be shamed for being old. Get used to it, man. Kids in kindergarten already laugh at you, man. Get used to it. You're already getting old, champ, if you go to a kindergarten, even in your age. So one last thing, if I can actually put that into dark mode, then that would be really, really pleasing to my eyes. There we go, that's perfect. Nah, it's still white. Why do they do it white anyways, anyhow? Ain't no way that the guy who saw the dinosaurs is calling me old. Huh? Well, buddy, that's all a point. That's all a view out of your current age. As I said, 5-year-olds or 6-year-olds call you a dude who's seen dinosaurs, right? So I don't take that as an offense. Anyways. Okay, I already see I have a review which is written like from a 5-year. Did you write the review or did a kindergarten kid write? I'm sorry. I'm kidding. Okay. I finished Mountain at least somewhat. I finished the main story, but there was 2 story DLCs which I haven't played. There we have with clear concepts we're going, but there needs to be some additional stuff. Warning set. We'll get to the end one more thing before I get to the actual review. I will be comparing Morrowind to Gothic a lot, since both games were ARPGs and they both came out at the same time. I guess I'll start from story, since it kind of makes sense to me. I'll try to keep it as spoiler-free as possible, but obviously some things need to be said. That's fine. At least you are young. No, you are not. You are not young anymore. You are over 18. And when you pass that age, you are now allowed to vote. You are allowed to drink alcohol. You are grown up in front of the law. That means you are not young anymore, man. That means you are not old, but you are on the straight line to being old. You are further to being old than to being young. So you play as Nirvarine, a prophesied reincarnation of Saint Indoril Nirvan, ancient world hero and leader of House Indoril, thousands of years for the events of the game, the Chimere and the Dwarves, which are actually else, and the reason they are called Dwarves is because they were named as a race of giants, where at war they were both sharing the same land, which leads okay, that's is the main reason for. By the way, I have played the game when I was young, by the way, but I don't remember much of the story. I think I didn't finish it, by the way, so spoilers are I already spoiled myself, since I am spoiled. The main reason why the war started was because the Dwarven chief tonal architect Kagonak found the heart of Lorcan, a god, and used it for power. So the Chimere started a war with the Dwarves, so the heroes and house leaders of the Chimere joined forces together to fight the Dwarves. Most important of all were the Indoril Nerevar, leader of the house Indoril, Almexia, Sothersil, Vithik, and Voyan Dug. Oh god, those names, man. Leader of House Dagoth. During the war, something happened, which caused the entire race of dwarves to disappear, which ultimately led to Kalmir victory. Oh, that's convenient, right? Shortly after the victory, Voyn Dagoth betrayed the rest in Dorian and died in decided to draw power from the heart of Lorcan to become gods for themselves. Now the goddess of the decided to punish and change their golden skin to Ashen One, which caused the Chimere to become the Dunmer, the Dark Elves, which, by the way, is a very good punishment, because the Dark Elves are huge racists, so it's only fitting to make the racists have different skin color. That would be actually kind of cool if that somehow would work out in real life, right? It would be quite funny. Or change the country they are hailing from. That would be funny too. If Donald Trump suddenly would be not American anymore. I'm sorry. But Vivek, Alexei and Sil managed to become gods and built their own temple called Al-Sivi, or the Tribunal. Now back to the event of the game. As I said, you play as Nevervine, who's supposed to rid Wonderfell of many crises it faces. That would be peak comedy, right? With Trump. You start in Seydanin, a small town which is quite fine. It's nothing special, or it doesn't really feel like home, but it serves a function as a tutorial of Morrowind, and it does a pretty good job. There's quite some stuff to do in and around Seydanin, and most of is quite good. I would describe Morrowind as CRPG, a blend of RPG and CRPG, because while there is some elements of ARPG also has elements of a CRPG. For example, melee combat, while you need to actually hit the enemy in this box and do it in real time. There are still dice rolls, but they are hidden, and there's like many stuff for instance whether to land or a hit or not. And in case you wonder, by the way, for I already see the chat messages popping up, right? CRPG obviously is a computer role-playing game, just in case anybody wonders here, right? And writes in the comments, what is a CRPG game? So the start of the game, you're attacking everything like crazy, and then like 4 out of 10 hits. Magic works a bit different. As long as the attack hits the hitbox, it will always hit, but instead of a hit chance, there's a cast chance, meaning that you will need to cast a spell 20 times to actually hit once, which makes kind of sense. I mean, with the hit chance, which to use it that way. I mean, anyways, which honestly sucks, but it makes sense. This improves as you invest in your skills, so on the way that the sense of progression is kind of nice, but it never becomes amazing. But honestly, Gothic did the sense of progression a lot better. What is really, really cool about the gameplay is the options you have. The game has so many ways to play. That you can find your own blend of stuff. For example, let's just take a look at the utility options. Levitate, obvious jump, improves jump by a lot, speed, improves speed by a lot, 3 different types of teleportation, water walking, strong swim, water breathing, flight, BOBS, light, night eyes, etc. Bondage, you missed bondage, by the way. And those are just the effects, and of course not at all. Now you can have these effects in 4 different flavors: spell scrolls, one time use only but constant working chance, that's neat, potions and enchantment. Now with so many options, balancing such a game will obviously be difficult, and to be frank, Morrowind's absolutely not balanced at all. There's no reason to pretend it is, but to be honest, it's it actually kinda adds to its charm. And you've got to see that Morrowind is from a time where there were patches, but the primer medium to release games was still the CD, right? So patching games and work on the balancing after release was not really a thing back then, right? That's a thing. That's why older games oftentimes are not that balanced. Okay, where did I stop? Balancing. Playing Morrowind after some becomes a... Okay, now let's talk about the biggest issue of the game. Now the fun and important stuff comes. And that is its size. Wonderwell is just simply too big. It's bleeding massive. Now I said that in the past that a game can never be too big, and I still stand behind that, but there's a catch in that sentence. A game is never too big if the content in the game is good for such a big game. Yeah, that's what many Ubisoft games, for example, do entirely, utterly wrong, at least in my opinion. Sure, there's some great content in Morrowind, but there's also content which is not so good, and it's not a small amount of content. I'd say that Wonderwell should be like half the size it actually is, and even when I'd say it's big. For comparison, look at the map of Wonderwell and find 4 towns there: Setanin, Balmora, Caldera, and Gnarmok. I'd say that the area between these 4 towns might be the size of Gothic. Now, of course, there are some amazing places where it feels great to be, and there's great content there, like Balmora, and there are some absolute not good places like Vivek. I admit that after some time I just stopped properly exploring and even talked to people and reading what they had to say, because a lot of it just simply wasn't worth it. For example, I just skimmed through the whole Imperial Cult storyline. I have no idea what it's about, and honestly I don't care, which kind of sucks. One aspect of the game which is absolutely enamored was the art style. The art style of Morrowind is simply so different, so alien, and so unique, it's incredible, and I'd say that the art style of Morrowind is very similar to that I have in my mind for my mod, and I was honestly so great to see something which you are aiming for already realized, and you can decide on individual aspects whether you like this thing or whether you like other changes. So yeah, Morrowind is a huge inspiration. Another bad part of the game was the music, which I already told you about. Hearing the same bleeding tune every freaking minute was just freaking 5 minutes was just horrible. I literally couldn't bear it, so I had to lower the music volume like a lot. In conclusion, I'd say Morrowind is really a great game, and I can easily see why so many people find their favorite games game of all time, but there's certainly a lot of love, but there's also a lot of criticize, and it has issues, as I say before. 100% recommend, but okay, I see. Just to be certain, that is the file I've downloaded, right? It, just want to make sure I didn't miss a sentence there. It ends with the capitalized but, right? That is what you want to say about you recommend it, but the game has some issues. Not that that is missing. Okay. Thank you for the thank you for the review. I didn't expect it to be that long. Yeah, okay. That is then, I guess, when I am at the point to play it. I think we are at one point very, very similar. And that's where I have with modern games oftentimes, that I think some games are just too freaking long, and after some time I need to force myself to play through them, and I don't enjoy them anymore. I have this with a lot of games which I have played over the last couple of years. Latest example was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Let's see what the DLC. I share this with you with many games I've played. I think they should just be shorter, because I feel need to force. It's not cool to force yourself through the game. Yeah, I agree there. After some time, basically left these exploring and went so to finish it. It's, do you know, it's really, really interesting that if I take two major points there, right? The repeating music, totally understandable, and that it's too big. Yet it impressed you that much that you still would recommend it. That's still a big thing Bethesda has accomplished there, right? And that is what that's what I wanted to ask. It took you 135 hours. Okay, wow. Under 35 hours, that's absolutely crazy. But I understand you wanted to play it vanilla, right? There's probably some mod which changes the music, doesn't it?
Try not to move, it'll make your wounds worse.
I must go. There is a shinobi hunter among the bandits. He's highly skilled. If I don't face him...
I forbid it. You are in no condition.
And I skipped quite some content. So I estimate with probably playing all of it, it would be like 210 hours maybe. Boy, that is some serious amount of... I think even 135 hours is a serious amount of time. But 210 is crazy. I did play relatively vanilla. I couldn't play Morrowind because that was crashing like crazy, so I played Morrowind, which is basically the same, but it's a fan-made, recreated Morrowind engine. I see. Your shield, guys. Hit me! Stupid buggers. Okay. That was obvious that he could see us through. Okay. This is then gonna already bring us today to the end. We are gonna be going on here on Thursday and gonna hopefully take down the bowman. Okay, this is actually quite important. Okay, thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this stream, thank you for watching. Thank you for the 3 likes. Sorry for the little reconnect in between, and hopefully we're going to see us back here on Thursday. Good night, and may the Almighty sleep protect you too, Michael. I wish you a good night and a not being tired tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and may the Almighty sleep awaken. Good night and goodbye.